Welcome to Lakeside Stadium for Sunday night football between South Melbourne and Pascoe Vale. It may be cool and dark, but the thought of 3 points for both sides, definitely enough to keep the players warm. For South Melbourne, getting out of that dangerous relegation zone. For Pascoe Vale, shoring up a spot in the top 6. When the two sides met earlier in the year, South Melbourne had a dominant first half display, leading 2-0. Unfortunately, surrendered that in the second half in what was a really disappointing turn in form. Well, unfortunately, it's not been a great run of results since then, but it might be time to turn things around here at Lakeside. And we are underway. Pascoe Vale taking the kickoff to the left of screen. Opportunity up the left-hand side early. There's Van Skip. Dangerous man. Runs into his marker. Constantinides there. Fano squares it for Fashini. Fashini opts to go wide on the right there. Constantinides is pressed up. KK uses Howard. Howard has a look. KK again. Opts to give it back to Howard rather than cross. Howard, good ball in from a catch, and there's 1-0 South Melbourne. Ndumba has scored his second for the club. He's already becoming a fan favourite here, and that's exactly why. He scored in his first game, and he scored the go-ahead goal here. Clever finish, smart, simple, put it away. Excellent cross by Howard, pinpoint right to the man. Ndumba barely had to move. He tucked it under the legs of Pavlidis, and you can see what that means to the South players. They are up and about now. Here's McKetch, he's played it back in, deflected down. Chance for Howard, charged down, saved by Pavlidis. Excellent one-on-one stop and eventually cleared away. Very nearly 2-0 there, and that would have been a huge break for South. Well, it fell pretty fortuitously there for Howard. Pavlidis, to his credit, rushed out and closed it down quickly. Standing over and delivering the free kick might be a slight mishit, or maybe it was intentional. It's played through quite effectively. It is in the back of the net, but it will not stand for Davey Van Skip. Clearly offside there, flagged early. That last little flick on header played him out of position. Here's Howard. Lovely assist for that first goal, going back to Epifano. Touches that just slightly, and Pascoe Vale with an opportunity on the counter-attack is where they've been so dangerous in the past. South defence scrambling back. Van Skip and Yusuf moving in, ball over the top, sits back for Van Skip, assesses Van Skip with a shot, and he's drawn it. It's back to 1-1 here at Lakeside. Davey Van Skip does what Davey Van Skip does best and puts it in the back of the net. He'd been pretty well held for most of the game so far. Well, he had Luke Adams, he had Minitel, he had Fashini all in front of him. Somehow just managed to do enough to find that little gap he needed. And a nice strike past Reganovic, who probably didn't have much of a chance to save that one. Cleared initially by Minitel, fell fortuitously to Van Skip. He had a tiny little peephole to squeeze that through, and he did it perfectly. Epifano looks like he was dragged down there, no foul. Yusuf gives it to Van Skip. They're on the run again here. Minitel gets back. Out wide, still going, Pascoe Vale. Delivery pretty good from the right-hand side, Van Skip. He probably should have done better with that one. The header straight down and gloved easily by Reganovic. Good build-up by Pascoe Vale. Bounces through to Marshall that time, and it's come straight back out to Joseph Yusuf. It's 2-1. And the former South player, now the Pascoe Vale skipper, drives a dagger in the heart of South fans with a ripping finish at the lake end. The ball bounced up. Marshall, his header, he probably should have done a bit better with that. In the end, it's gone straight down to Joseph Yusuf. Was that a foul on Marshall? The South players seem to think so. Regardless of that, it was an excellent finish. Well, can South respond? Gone behind this time. Can they do what Pascoe Vale did to them earlier in the season? Monopolis into Minitel, and it is 2-2. And there is another twist in the tail here. South, they went ahead, they went behind, they've drawn level, and with just a few minutes left in this game, it is absolutely on here at Lakeside. Lovely work by Monopolis, clever cross to Minitel, and Minitel really the form player of the side over the past month or so. Nice header into the goal. Pavlidis no chance there. Well done by Monopolis to reach it, prevents it from going out. Just pinpointed Minitel's head, did enough to put that in the back of the net, and suddenly a game that looked like it was going to be a heartbreaker for South is back on. South defence scrambling. Norton does that really nicely. Now Schroen back to Norton. And here they go, South. They got a little run of momentum behind them, chopped off from Howard's feet. But it'll come back to Fashini, who's hacked down in the middle there, and that's a clear free kick. Could be a card as well. Well, perhaps a little bit lucky. Referee doesn't appear to be reaching for his pocket. Perhaps the lack of severe or very forceful contact's what saves him. I think that's the case, because when you go in with your studs up like that, you are absolutely dicing with danger. Schroen Now Epifano, Schroen's making a run for him. Epifano can't get through. Epifano's lost it. And the fans, well, he's not happy with something there, Epifano. I think he might have got one in the face. He's telling the bench to be quiet, I think. And a ball played forward for Ferrante. Yusuf one-on-one. Yusuf scores! And Joseph Yusuf, Pascoe Vale have gone end-to-end in about 5 seconds. And once again, they've driven a dagger into the heart of South fans. Twice in 10 minutes, they've stolen a late lead. Epifano lost it initially. He might have got a little clip in the face. He didn't look happy. He wasn't tracking back as his coach was ordering him. Ferrante, well, he's an excellent player, and when you give him that much time and space, he can deliver a ball like that. Perfect in front of Joseph Yusuf. You can see what it means to the Pascoe Vale bench, often celebrating. Raganovic, no chance there. For the second time tonight, a wonder strike from Joseph Yusuf, this time from close range. This might be the last roll of the dice. The skipper, Brad Norton, goes the long throw. Header cleared. Minitel lurking. Ball cleared. Is there time for one more ball in? Here's Marla. He goes wide to the left. Out for Fashini. Fashini is offside. And unfortunately for South, that might have been the last chance gone. Referee hasn't blown the whistle yet, and well, could this be one more? Van Skip's onside, flag is down, he's through. Marla comes to cut him off, goes round Marla, goes over the bar, Davey Van Skip. He's human after all, as good as he is. Now, can South Melbourne mount one last attack? They can't. And the boos ring out at Lakeside Stadium from a frustrated, dejected set of South Melbourne fans. Another disappointing home loss and a very precarious position now at the end of the round. Despite having a game in hand, they are sitting in the playoff zone for relegation. Disappointing scenes at Lakeside.